my channel. For those of you who are new, I am Trika of CHIT, also the owner of the Cuteness Boutique on Etsy. All of my links are listed in the description bar below. And also check out my YouTube banner. You can follow me on all of my social media handles there. And also you can click directly to my Etsy link as well. This is where the planning and the cuteness collide, and on my channel, we will plan this thing called life one day at a time, sprinkling in aspects of my life, planning, organization, and so much more. And of course, all of the cuteness. So if you're not already a part of CHIT, go ahead, make sure you hit the red subscribe button. Also turn on that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I go live or whenever I upload a video. Give your girl a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. Okay, cuties, we are here for week 2 of our Soulful Sunday. We will be discussing financial blessings and comparing. Our April reading plan is getting financially fit. Getting financially fit God's way. We will definitely be deep diving in. We will dive in today on our week 2, go through Matthew 25 verses 28 through 29, also Ecclesiastes 6 and 9, and then the soul work, which is Matthew 6 and chapter 6 verse 30. So we are going to dive in. Last week we discussed wise money management and God's reward. So this week we are talking and recapping and reflecting on financial blessings and comparing. So here I have this new little Bible. I've caught this on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if I showed it on my haul, but this is like a garden Bible, and this is a NIV compact Bible. It's a new international version. So it's like a modern English version Bible translation. I love this, and this is small enough for you to take with you. You can definitely deep dive in, and I brought one for me and my friends, and we can definitely dive in, take it with you, highlight what you need to highlight. So I just got this to the side because I wanted to show you guys, and I'm going to also be doing some Bible journaling in that as well. I have my Vin Von Alley sticker book. I need to make some new tags. And I also have this planner that I told you guys that we were going to be diving in. And like I said, we are here for week 2. And week 1, I did the majority of it, and I got to write in a couple of things that was towards the end of the week. And we are here, and I may use a kit, and we can also use the kit and also write our scripture writing. So if you're ready, let's dive in to our week 2 of our Soulful Sunday. This week I will be using this beautiful kit from Vin Von Alley. I don't know, I think she discontinued kits in her shop, but make sure you go over to vinvonalley.com and check it out. I'm not for sure. She has a lot of new items in there, but everything basically is from Vin Von Alley here. And use code TRICKA20, TRICKA 20, to save you 20% off of your total purchase. So, and then this is in my shop. This is the affirmations. This is the faith. This is the Cuteness Boutique and Vin Von Alley faith sticker collab, and it comes with a beautiful pin, and it comes with a sheet of gold and a sheet of silver foiled affirmations. So you can check that out on the Cuteness Boutique on Etsy, and all the links are listed in the description bar below. And then I just love this this washi. It also matches the kit, and I just wanted to add a pop of pink with that as well. So I just wanted to pop back on and let you guys see that what I'm going to be using this week. Okay, so here I am going to go ahead and start putting down this beautiful kit from Vin Von Alley. And I also have the affirmation sheet from the Cuteness Boutique as well. And you can find that up under the Vin Von Alley and Cuteness Boutique collab that is on Etsy, and Vin Von Alley is also on Shopify. Both shops are linked in the description bar below. So I'm just going to go ahead, start adding my date dots, start getting everything together. Now, while you watch me go ahead and put the spread together, I'm just going to go ahead and dive into week 2. Week 2 is all about financial blessings. We all need financial blessings from time to time, and we are trying to get ourselves financially fit. And also, I'm going to touch on comparing as well while we dive in. So, Matthew 25, verses 28 through 29. So, take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have in abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. Deep, right? And also, we're going to do Ecclesiastes 6, verse 9. Better what the eye sees than the roving of the appetite. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Our soul work also touches on Matthew 6 and 30. And I'm going to go ahead and touch on that as well while we're here reading the scriptures. So if that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? So faith is always mentioned in a majority of these verses. So you got to ask yourself, what keeps us from investing our lives? What keeps us from moving towards financial freedom? So those are the two questions that you have to ask yourself. What is keeping us from investing our lives? What keeps us from moving towards financial freedom? Well, let me tell you. I'll tell you what it is. It's fear. Fear keeps you from God's financial blessings. In the Bible, there are financial principles that God guarantees. God promises that if you do them, you will be blessed. But they require faith, and that scares a lot of people. They are afraid of doing it God's way. I have this book, Managing Money God's Way. I have a couple of them that I did get, and it taught me a lot on the finances, and it taught me a lot about how we can do it God's way. I'll show you the books. Maybe I'll show it on one of my lives or something. But there are many kinds of fears that can hold us back. One of them is self-doubt. If you have self-doubt, then that can hold you back. You failed in the past, so you're never going to try it again. But just because you fail doesn't mean to give up. Everyone fails. It's the only way you learn what works. God uses ordinary people who just keep on going instead of giving up. And in my words, you just got to keep on pushing. Pray until something happens. And even I go through things, I guess I have this is speaking to me as well, because I have fear on things, and I don't want that fear to hold me back. So I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it even though I'm scared. So I'm still going to go ahead and just take a leap of faith, and I'm going to do it. There were 2 disciples who denied Jesus at the cross, Judas and Peter. They committed the same sin, but the difference was the way they reacted to their failure. Judas had a pity party, got depressed, and took his life. Peter, however, realized what he did was wrong, so he prayed and repented and asked God for forgiveness. Then Jesus chose Peter to preach on Pentecost, and 3,000 people were saved the first day. Jesus chose the biggest failure in the bunch to build the church on. Awesome, right? What a God. He does not choose the superstar. He chooses the guy who had blown it the most. So when we're thinking about giving up, just think of these stories and these messages that I tell you. You may have really messed up financially in the past, but it doesn't matter where you've been. What matters is the direction your feet are going right now. In the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, a rich man entrusted his money to his servants before he left for a long trip. When he returned, he asked for an account from the servants. Of the three, two of them doubted the master's money, but the third was afraid and hid his portion instead of working and investing it. His fear disappointed and angered his master, who said, "Take the money from this servant and give it to the one with the 10 bags of silver." In Matthew 25 and 28. The master took away everything the servant had. Y'all excuse my voice. Y'all know my sinuses are still draining, still aching up, trying to get it together over here. But I still, hey, when you have a message to give, you still have to give it anyway. Scratchy voice, almost hoarse voice and all. So fear is always attached to this desire to do it God's way. Satan is going to try to get you not to follow God's principles for money management by making you afraid of failure or making you doubt your ability to be a good steward of God's money. And we touched on that in week 1. And if you missed it, just go simply just go to the playlist Soulful Sunday and go to the April's reading plan, and it will be there and you can follow along. All of the link, everything is listed in the description bar below. But if you're going to be successful in life, you must move against your fears. And me, Lakeisha, and Michelle just was talking about this today. I just had a moment and I just needed, I don't even know, I just was feeling like emotionally full, and I just had to, I had to chat with my girls so they can get me together, and we ended up just having a wonderful conversation, and I ended up just laughing it off and just getting back to myself instantaneously, because in order to be successful in life, you must move against your fears. I'm going to keep saying that. You have to do everything that you fear the most. And sometimes we don't know what we fear the most, but you just keep on praying about it and still keep moving forward. When you do move forward in faith and follow God's guidelines for financial peace, you will experience God's blessing, even more resources and responsibility. Ooh, look at here. I'm telling you, I could have gave myself this pep talk today had I just dive deep like I normally do. And I read all of this stuff, but for this particular one, I just didn't dive as deep as I needed to. And now that I am going back in and diving deep, now is resonating with me as well. So to those who use well, what are they given? Even more will be given. And they will have in abundance. But those who do nothing will have little, and it will be taken away, in Matthew 25 and 29. Whew, that was amazing. Definitely something to go back on and, just let it resonate with you. Now, we're going to talk about comparing. Yeah, comparing is also another one that we have with the finances. The first step in becoming a contented person is to stop comparing yourself to others. If you're going to be content, if you want to be a content person, stop comparing yourself to others. The problem is that comparing is America's favorite sport. Seem like it. We do it naturally all the time. But when you feel yourself doing it, you have to just stop comparing. Like, say for instance, when you walk into someone's house and the first thing you do is make a comparison. Oh, I like the floor. I like the drapery. Wow, what a TV. You walk up to someone and think, I like the way she did her hair. My hair look a mess. I like the way she did her makeup. Her face is beat. Oh God, I look a mess. You are constantly comparing, and it keeps you frustrated. And you wonder why you just can't get it together. Yeah, because you're doing a lot of comparing. And we have to stop. You've got to stop. If you're going to learn to be content, you've got to stop comparing your life to everyone else's. Everybody's life is not your life. It's not what God has a plan for each and every one of us. And his plan may not be what the plan he have for someone else. So all you're going to do is frustrate yourself. So stop frustrating yourself. Stop comparing yourself and your life to everyone else's. You must also learn to admire without having to acquire. You need to learn to rejoice in other people's prosperity without getting jealous and envious and feeling like you have to have it as well. I mean, this is so true, because sometimes you might have people in your life, friends in your life, where you don't even know that they're jealous until they're doing something that you may have done. And then you looking like, okay, like I just did that. We just talked about that. But then bam, here they go busting out doing the same thing. That's a part of envy, jealousy. So be aware of that. And also just rejoice in other people's prosperity without getting jealous. This is one of the great principles that people don't understand. You don't have to own it to enjoy it. Maybe you like to vacation in the mountains or vacation around the world. Why do you have to go buy a cabin or just try to buy places, buy houses, different places because you like to travel, when you can just rent it or even borrow it the one time a year that you go to the mountains or travel around the world? You don't have to own it in order to enjoy it. Unless you just want to own something and it become a business or something and you enjoy doing that business, then that's a good idea to own it. It's not just a good idea to stop comparing. It's a commandment. Exodus 20:17 says, you shall not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. So coveting means the uncontrolled desire to acquire. It's such an important sin to avoid that it's included in the 10 commandments. The word, I might be saying it wrong, covet, in Greek means to grab or to grasp so tightly that your hands are tight. You can't even let it go. If God ever gives you something and he tells you to give it away and you don't own it, it owns you. God is not saying you should never have a desire for something. That's not Christianity. That's not, whatever your preferred preference of choice religiously is desires are not wrong. In fact, your desires come from God. We will continue this next week. It's not all the way complete because I normally have to put my little personal stuff in right here that I want to add, and I wanted to add this. I just figured out how to use these little things, and these are also in Vin Von Alley shop as well. But I didn't. It would have took up too much space, so I'll use that at another time. But this is the kit that I did get from Vin Von Alley, and of course she have other things in it. I don't know if she still have the kits, and I just jot down stuff. But this is, I think, oh goodness, I forgot which kit this is. But anyway, it's and it always have nice scriptures on it. That's what I love about it. But let patience have her perfect work, and that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. James 1:4. This is from the Faith, Hope, and Love subscription box. So if you didn't get your subscription box, I think this is the last week for the purpose box. So you might want to go ahead and head over there and check that out and make sure you can go ahead and sign up. The next box will be out in I think, let me see, this is April, May, June, July. In July. So because it's a quarterly sub box. So make sure you go ahead and get on that waiting list. Make sure you let her know that Trika sent you and get you some of that cuteness. Remember, Trika 20, TRICKA 20 over at Vin Von Alley. And if you're not already a part of CHIT, go ahead, hit the red subscribe button. Also, turn on your notification bell so that you can know whenever I go live, whenever I have a premiere, or whenever I upload a video, so that you would know. Also, thumbs up the video. That way I can know and YouTube can know if you are really enjoying the content that I am bringing your way. Leave me a comment down below. You know I love hearing from you guys. So that is it for week 2 of Soulful Sunday. I can't wait to see you guys in week 3. In week 3, we will be going through Philippians 4:19, Matthew 6:26, also Matthew 6:20 through 21. Oh, so it's going to be a jam-packed week, and we are getting financially fit. And your soul work for next week is 1 Timothy 6 verses 18 through 19 and Luke 16:9. All of this is listed in the description bar below, so you can follow along. And I can't wait to hear from you guys. See you in my next one. Toodles.